Hi, I'm Deveson, and this is Biography on how I came to Deacon Island in the 1950s. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? I was born in 1930 in June in Malaya. My parents are both British, and they came to Malaya for my father's work. He worked in the rubber plantation industry. They happened to be down at the time of my birth. Due to that, I had to stay in Malaya for 2 years before we all moved back to England. Due to the Great Depression in the 30s in England, we moved back and forth from Malaya to England for my father's work, and eventually moved up to Birminghamshire in the country, as my mum thought it would be a great idea to move us out away from the city. At this time, I was approximately 9 years old, and war was declared through England, and basically everything changed from there. We decided for safety to move to Malaya, away from England, until further notice, and I was put in a boarding school until further notice, and stayed there for quite a few years. I hated the boarding school and everything about it. I used to injure myself and produce bruises and mosquito bites so I could get out of class because I did not enjoy it at all. While in Malaya, there was the issue of Pearl Harbor, which meant that we had to move again. My father thought it would be a great idea if we actually relocated to a different area, to Deacon Island, as it was full of freedom and it was a very new country away from either England, the Great Depression, and Malaya and the war. When we first arrived at Deacon Island, same as Malaya, I was not very aware of the environment. We moved back to, I was moved with my brother back to a boarding school, which I did enjoy more. It did take me a while to adjust, as everyone was a lot different. I had quite an accent, and I just dressed a little bit differently. My parents used to dress me a bit funny and cut my hair very short, and funny hairstyles, so it was very different. I did stand out physically, but eventually I did blend in, and I did make a good bunch of friends. We stayed at Deacon Island for quite a while, until both of my parents did start to miss England. So I was probably in my late teens when they decided to move back. However, I did not want to at all. I had settled. I was very comfortable at Deacon Island, and I decided I was going to stay there while my family went back and pursue my career, which was basically writing books, writing film, and broadcasting. My goal was to produce my own movies and write my own literature and interviews, and I ended up doing just that. I'm not saying I wouldn't be able to do that when I was in England. However, I think the environment that surrounded Deacon Island was very welcoming and open to new things, and I definitely, as much as I learned a lot, it was definitely the right environment for me to pursue that career of my life.